driver, you do not see, I don't care what sex you are, rookie drivers get out there and drive any car, whether it's a 4-cylinder or a late model otherwise, as hard as she did in that feature. You would not know.
She was driving hard.
Did you watch her?
Oh, of course I did.
Did you take
right
were
next
you
to
watching
you?
her?
Yeah. I was told to watch her by her father.
Okay.
And her mother.
Yeah. Listen, that girl, she showed she's not afraid to drive that car.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've known Kelsey a while, and when she got in that car in the beginning of the night, she was a nervous wreck. I mean, let's just be honest. And then watching her go out and qualify, she timed in, I think, third from the bottom of the pack. Heat race, I believe it was towards the back half of the pack. And then we're sitting there, and there's no hiding the fact that she and Matthew have been together for a while. And we're sitting there watching the cars go out there, and I'm going, and take off from the green. I'm like, all right, what the heck? And I start looking to the fence going, okay, where is Matthew? Because that totally looks like him in that car.
Yeah.
What is going on here? Then I see his red fire suit sitting in turn 2, and I'm going, okay, wait, what?
So I wonder what he said to her, because I'll tell you, she came alive in that feature event.
Yeah.
She had that little white V8 with neon, it was wound up.
It was on the pin, and she was rolling those corners.
She made from the first qualifying lap to where she ended up in the feature, for one day, huge strides.
Huge.
Kelsey, if you're out there listening, why don't you give us a call and explain what was going through your head during that day?
That would
be really nice to hear, and I think the fans would like to hear it too. Kelsey, give us a call, please.
Well, here's the thing. I'm sitting here a couple days ago. It was Monday. Sitting here at Jetstream, and a couple customers just walked out when Justin Evans walks in. Justin Evans walks in, and we're chit-chatting a little bit, and shortly after Justin walks in, here comes Rick Wyatt. Rick Wyatt shows up. Now the three of us are talking racing, having a good time. Matthew Dreger shows up after stopping over here and grabbing some lunch, and now there's 4 of us sitting here talking about, Saturday night's racing action.
Doing some bench racing, weren't you?
Yeah, little bench racing and having a good time, and kind of razzing each other. And we got to talking about Kelsey, and Matthew was like, man, he goes, I couldn't believe what she did. He goes, she didn't surprise me. She surprised everybody.
Yeah.
And she truly did. I thought she did a fantastic job of driving that car. And Matthew was kind of like, he was like, she just got out there, and he said she just got out there and turned it loose. And he says, I was thinking to myself, who is she? Who is that lady? But Kelsey, are you there?
I'm here.
How are you doing, young lady?
Hi, Kelsey.
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We're doing good. We're sitting here talking about you on Northwest Dirt News and your 5th place finish in the feature, your first night in that little Hornet car.
Oh yeah, it was a great night.
Well, I want to ask you something. From your first qualifying lap to the checkered flag in the feature, what happened?
What happened? Well, I was really nervous when I first got in the car, and so I just made a few laps, and each lap I tried to get a little faster, and I finally did the same in the heat, and then I got my car owner there and during the main, and he told me to drive as comfortable as I can, and then 20% faster.
Well,
that's good. I like that.
I think you probably hit the 25% mark on that.
At least.
You were. I got to compliment you. Great job Saturday night. I think you surprised a lot of people, and I know certainly Matthew Dreger was impressed and surprised. As I was telling these guys here, he stopped in and we did a little bench racing, and your name came up, and his eyes got big, and he says, "Man, she sure surprised me," and it was fun to watch.
It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it was definitely surprising for myself, too. I wasn't expecting to be that good. I expected to screw up a couple times, but I just kept my foot in it, and I just went forward.
Well, you drove a smart race. You kept it out of trouble. You didn't bounce off a lot, cars and do anything the typical rookie does, so compliments there.
Yeah, you keep improving at the rate you're going, you're going to have Hendricks knocking on your door.
Well, that or she'll be driving a Matthews Modified.
That's right.
I do know some people with some modified.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Those guys.
You never know. She might beat him in the Strawberry Cup.
Well, I don't know. He's pretty. That's the one race where he shows up.
That is very true.
So you had a great debut in that car. Now you're sharing the seat time with your sister in that car, correct?
Yes. So my younger sister Chloe will be racing this weekend for her debut. But yes, we will be sharing the car. But it's just been a fun project for both of us to work on together.
That's way cool.
That is cool to do something like that with your siblings and hang out. So Saturday night, you got your debut in the V8. You had a great time. You went out and ran the main. Something else big happened for you Saturday night. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, I got back to my pits and I thought everyone was celebrating for my 5th place finish, and then next thing I know is I haven't even gotten out of the car and Matthew's got a ring in my face and asking me to marry him.
Oh my! Did you say yes?
But yeah, that was exciting. I was so hopped up on adrenaline from the race, and then I couldn't believe that this was happening.
So how long did it take you to answer him?
Well, it took me a second because I'm like, I asked him, is this really happening?
I thought we were at a race.
Like, yeah. I don't even know if I said the word yes. I just started shaking my head.
Was it shaking up and down or side to side? I'm sorry. We gotta have fun with it. Yeah. We gotta have fun with Drager. We always do. We pick on him a lot, but he's fun.
He's a good sport.
He is. So he was actually in here Saturday talking about you, or not Saturday, but Monday. And congrats to you guys. I think you guys are going to be a great couple, being that you both have a heavy racing background. And they say families that race together stay together.
Yep, that's definitely our motto.
Did he ask your dad first?
Yep. Matthew said it was the coolest thing ever to sit in the race trailer taking off our racing suits, talking about our races. And he's like, this is the coolest thing ever.
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Cool. That's pretty cool. So.
Well, congratulations, Kelsey.
You bet. We just wanted to go
so
and we get you on the air and razz you a little bit and have some fun with you. It's always good to talk with you out there at the racetrack and for everything you do out there. And I hope you had a good time first night in the car, and we look forward to seeing you. Now, who's going to run the Hornet Challenge in that car?
My sister and I actually have a deal. Whoever has the best average finishes gets to race it.
That's fair.
Wow. Okay.
That's fair.
That's cool. Good job. So, now your little sister is how old?
She is 15.
15. Okay. And so she's got a little less fear than you. I'm going to say she's going to run the Hornet Challenge.
I don't know.
I'm just picking on her. I'm just picking on her.
It's going to be a close one, that's for sure.
Well, we'll see what she does. Now, she's going to run this weekend, right?
Yeah, she already
What
said
was that?
She's going to run Saturday night for sure?
Yep, she's running this Saturday.
Well, she's got some pretty big shoes to fill after your debut with the top 5 finish. That's going to be you set the standard. You put some pressure on the kid.
Oh, yeah, she knows it, too.
I love it.
All right.
Awesome. Kelsey, thanks for being a good sport and being on the show tonight. We will see you at Willamette Speedway Saturday night. Again, congrats to you and your fiancé, Mr. Matthew Drager.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Guys, have a good night.
Good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
She's always fun to talk to. She's always got a good attitude and smile.
She's always got a smile on her
Yeah.
face.
And there's someone who literally grew up at the racetrack.
Truly. I mean,
she's been going there since probably before she was born, and 20-some years later, getting into a race car.
yeah, that's pretty cool. I like how they're doing it with sharing the seat time and then the best averages to run the big show.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
I can see that lasting for a little while, but I'm trying to visualize how it'd be like if it was me and my brother, and we're sharing a car. It's not going to last very long.
It's not.
Because he's going to be needing to find a car.
Well, it's going to be that he's going to have to find a car, or the car's not going to last that long.
Right.
One of the two, because I know both those guys, and I know how they drive.
And that's where I was with this whole deal with the Van Zandt girls. I was sitting there going, oh, boy.
Well, we both know the Van Zandt family. Warren, you know the Van Zandt. There is no doubt before the end of the season, you're going to see another Hornet out there.
More than likely.
That's just the way they do things.
Yeah, great family. Great family.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool. I'm sure Matthew was fairly nervous to do that.
Oh, dude, he was shaking like a dog pooping peach pits
I bet he
Friday
was.
night. Oh, man. Dude, he was a wreck.
Where did that come from?
Man. Oh, man. What?
Yeah, that just happened.
What just fell out of your mouth?
Folks, I'm so sorry you had to hear that.
Let's talk about the street stocks.
Let's talk.
Son of a gun.
Let's talk street stocks.
Let's talk about hot dogs.
Is it dinner time yet? Oh God, street stocks. Street stocks. Listen, this race was awesome. This race was awesome.
Oh, it was as usual.
Man,
Never fails to.
This is one of those races. We've got 9 cars, but watching this race, you'd almost think there was 15 or 20.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was a great race.
The amount of excitement that these guys put out there on the track, it's intense.
This particular race, especially, was awesome. And when we saw Brian Cronk, Justin Evans, Kevin Roberts, David Cronk, Dakota Goddard. Did you see Dakota Goddard? What he was doing?
Oh yeah, he was hooked up.
This kid was battling with David Cronk and Kevin Roberts for the lead. 3-car battle for I don't know how many laps, and that was, truly a great race.
It was.
It was a great race, and Brian Cronk in that little Monte Carlo he bought. Did you see the way he wheeled that thing?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, was he not? You want to talk about somebody getting every ounce of performance out of their vehicle? That right there was the definition of it.
Yeah.
On
that track surface.
Man.
Yeah.
I seriously could not believe how hard Brian Cronk was driving that car, given as rough as that track was, what he was doing. No fear. Hammer down, drive it in, get the car to turn, and Kevin Roberts was right there with him. These guys were.
That was a epic battle.
It was.
And
then you've got David Cronk in the mix. The
top
guys.
3 were pretty much separate from the field. Jody Tanner was a little bit back, but not too far.
Well, don't forget, Justin Evans was in that mix.
Yeah.
Right.
Evans was in that mix as well. He overheated, had to pull off with like 4 or 5 laps to go.
Right.
Which was unfortunate because we were setting up for, a good 4-car race because they were all right there. And Don Schott shows up late, scratch on the field, and finishes 5th, right behind Jody Tanner. This class, there's a reason why, as a race fan, this is my favorite to watch. These cars, we're not talking, $80,000 late models, $70,000 cars. We're talking about cars that you look at and go, oh, that's a Monte Carlo, that's a Camaro, that's a Nova. And these guys are just doing it. There's no holds barred. They get out there and race each other harder than any other class, 2-3 wide, through the rough stuff, cars bouncing and it's a battle royal.
They actually keep it pretty clean for the most part.
That's the thing. They don't wreck each other.
Yeah, they got cars that you would think, why would they care? Realistically speaking, this is kind of a beater, if you will.
Well, if you can call them that.
But those guys take good care of their equipment. There's a lot of effort in not wrecking every single lap.
Right. And what amazes me is you're looking at these guys with these cars on the G60 tires, okay, doing things with those cars that are faster than the late models used to be not long ago.
Right.
Look, we got guys. 17.632 was the fast lap in the feature. That was in the feature, which was, listen to this, faster than the fast time in qualifying.
Wow.
Yep.
The fast qualifying lap was Brian Cronk, feature winner.
And that was Kevin Roberts that turned that time.
Yep.
No surprise.
Nope, not at all.
Kevin's
not
fast.
At all.
That 88 car is fast. 17.957 was fast lap in qualifying in the 129 by Cronk. 17.632 was the fast lap in the feature. We're talking 3/10.
Yeah.
In the feature over qualifying, and that's in racing conditions. We're talking cars that are side by side and bumper to bumper.
This also proves another thing. The 129 cars run a 602, and the 88, the 29, and I believe the 36 are all running open motors.
Right.
So this goes back to our debate earlier. It was a hooked up racetrack on a G60 tire with 3,300 pound cars. Lower horsepower wins again.
Well, should we throw a plug out here for David Kronk on that car?
As far as that car's for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it surprises me.